It's gone 7 o'clock. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Haverhill Town Council Planning Working Party. And item 1 really is to welcome you. To note that this working party has no delegated authority and may only make recommendations to full council. Urgent action may be taken under delegated authority given to the clerk and to me, the chair. Item 1, apologies for absence.
Yes, we have Councillor Lucarini.
Also, Quinn?
Yeah, Mary Martin said she's unable to make it, but something came up after 5, so she couldn't notify Colin and Vicky.
Thank you. Item 2, any other apologies? No, I think that's it. Item 2, declarations of interest and request for dispensation. Any member declaring an interest at all? No? Okay. Item 3, minutes of the previous meeting. Can we see those minutes? Then I'll ask for approval. I'll sign them. Okay, Vicky. Page 31. Page 32. Page 33. Okay. Okay, thank you. May I sign those as a true record? Can I have a proposer, please? I saw Councillor Brown. Can I have a seconder, please? Councillor Andre. All those in favour, please show. Carried. Thank you. Item 4, matters arising from those minutes. Can we have them up again, please, Vicky? To note the actions taken on or outstanding from the meeting on the 19th of September. Councillor Burns reported public house failed to sell at auction. Discuss whether there was an option where Suffolk Council compulsory purchase. I haven't heard anything at all since I last reported, and at full council as well. Okay, Vicky. Any comments at all on those matters arising? No. Councillor Cox.
If you haven't heard, I mean, what does that mean? I mean, what happens now then if you haven't heard?
Well, it was they were sort of looking into it, because it's in a terrible state. It's been derelict, and they've auctioned. They try auction now twice. I think Councillor Burns is sort of more involved with it. It's just that I've taken sort of his mantle. And I invite, because you wasn't at the full council, was you, Councillor Cox?
No.
No, I was at the, I've shown the portfolio holder and a member from Barley Homes showed him the site, the site, I should say. And the answer I got back is we'll look into it, which they're still doing.
When was that, Councillor?
That was before the last auction.
Okay.
And I've informed them as well about what happened with the last auction through Councillor Burns. And they just said, you know, we're still looking into it. So what they're going to do, I've got no idea. I did inform that they can do. What is it, the thing you said, Colin? You and I did write them and I can't remember it. It's where, like we tried to do with any other historic buildings. There's a thing that we could, as a council, town council, or St Edmundsbury Council could do it. You could.
St Edmundsbury could compulsory purchase it, or they could carry out repairs and send a bill.
Right, but I thought there was something else that they could purchase it under, being a council.
Not sure. I mean, normally what it would be, I think the discussion last time was about it rather strange that there was a reserve price given the job of the receivers, no, not the auctioneer, the job of the receivers is to effectively crystallise everything back into cash and pay off any creditors. So why you'd set a minimum price and fail to sell, I don't see how the receivers are getting close to actually winding up the business affairs of the company that's gone into receivership. So what we said was that if they're asking more money than the market will bear, then in terms of compulsory purchase, the district valuer would value the building, and that would be the price that's offered, and that's the end of the matter. Well, offered. I mean, obviously it's a compulsory purchase, but
yeah.
Obviously that's the last thing that a district council would want to do. It'd want to try and find a different way of doing it, because there's obviously lots of legal costs involved. But it is an option that they have. We don't have the power to compulsory purchase.
Thank you. I saw Councillor Burns and then Councillor Brown.
Yeah, Chair. Yeah, just obviously I was pushing through Barley Homes to see whether they were interested, but obviously the price is not right. Excuse me. I don't know whether you're getting confused with what we did for the Corn Exchange, where we put the community. Oh, can't even remind me. The community
That's a word. You're near
That's
it.
the right to bid.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We can't do that on that because it's not.
Well, we could, but
We could, but why would you?
We don't want it.
No, that's
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Not unless we get it for 50p. You know, and yeah.
But just to be clear, it would make no difference in any case because it's only a right to bid. So
Yeah.
it gives you something like a 6-week stay where you can get all your ducks in a row. But it's not exclusive. So you just instantly get outbid anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Councillor Brown.
Yeah, as I say, it's something that should be on the agenda. The leader of West Suffolk Council and the chief exec are coming over shortly, hopefully, for a meeting with all Haverhill councillors. So I think that's something that we should highlight at that meeting. That it's been an eyesore for 15 years. It's blighted. That's square in the centre of the community on the Chalkston, and it needs proper action to sort it out. It's not like it's on the periphery of Haverhill out of the way. It's right in the centre of the housing estate. So I think that should be something that's priority for that meeting, to be fair, Pat.
Thank you very much. Yep, totally agree. Councillor Cox, any more questions on that one? No? Okay. Item 5, members of the public to speak. We've got any members of the public, Colin? No? Item 6, to consider planning applications to West Suffolk Council. And the first application, hold on, is DC 231264 ADV, one internally illuminated EV totem sign, MBH Motor Fuel Group, Haverhill Service Station, Sturmer Road. Any comments on this one at all? No. Councillor Smith.
Just concerned it's seems to be very close to the residential buildings where they're citing this right where the shop part of the petrol station is. So it's an addition to the one that's already there. It's 7 meters tall. It's internally illuminated, and it does seem very close to the houses there. Yeah, I don't know if anybody else has got any comments on that at all. It doesn't seem to be replacing the current one. It seems to be in addition to it.
Okay, Councillor Andre.
I'd just say that it's immediately adjacent to the cash building where you pay for your petrol, so it won't affect the properties nearby. They'll be on the other side of that building. The 7 meters tall does seem very high to me, but I guess nature of the sign. It's not going to obscure the junction. It's not going to represent a hazard, and I don't think it's going to be a visual inconvenience. I think we should just be neutral on this one. Let it go.
Are you proposing that, Councillor Andre?
I propose neutral.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Cox.
No, sorry. I was just, do we know what the standard size of the signs are? Because what would the, I mean, 35, it'd be about 35 feet, wouldn't it? 7 meters. I mean, what would the standard size of them be?
22, 23, isn't it?
Yeah, it's about 22, 23 feet.
Right. Okay. I just wasn't sure if we knew. So yes, reasonably. Do we know why it's got to be so much higher? I suppose.
Could be trees. I don't know. I've got no idea, to be honest. Councillor Smith.
I think when saying is we'll get blocked out by the shop part. I think this has been well over the top of the shop. This is the thing, and the buildings, the residential buildings, are like 3 stories. So, yeah, there is going to be some sort of effect on them, I believe. Anyway,
Councillor Andre.
You have to bear in mind there is a large canopy here that covers the pumps, which is probably about the same height to get large vehicles underneath it. So it's not disproportionate to that.
Okay. Colin?
Yeah, just to say that the planning application says that the totem is just under 7 meters tall. 7 meters tall is 22 feet.
Thank you. Okay. Right. We have a proposal for neutral on this one from Councillor Andre. Can we have a seconder for that, please? Councillor Crooks. All those in favour, please show. Yeah, that's carried. Thank you. Application 2, which is DC 23-1390 FUL, warehouse and covered storage building, AOC Haverhill, formerly Deltec, and this is 16 Pipperell Way. Lower, it's my wording, sorry. Right, and that's it, Pipperell Way. Any comments on this at all? Councillor Cox and then Councillor Brown.
It was just, I looked at it, said something about hazardous waste, which on one of the other reports they said, whoever it was, I can't remember the organisation that said they weren't worried about it. But I couldn't see any mention of what that hazardous waste might be. So I don't know if we've got any objections. So I'd like to know what hazardous waste, unless somebody did pick it up, what it was. But that was just a concern. If there's hazardous waste, it'd be nice to know what they're pumping around a pipe.
Okay. Yeah, just to bear in mind, this is mind you, it's a lower tier coma site. I don't know if that bears any relevance on what sort of stuff that they have in there. Perhaps someone could help me out on that. And they've got an on-site emergency response team that I read as well. Councillor Brown, and then Councillor.
There was no objections at all from the health and safety executive. They looked through the documents, environmental health Barry had no concerns as far as I'm aware. It basically, from what I've read, it's a good news story. It basically secures the employment that's there. They're getting rid of 2 or 3 old buildings, 2 of which I think are 15 meters high. They stand out. They've been quite an eyesore for a long time. They've come to the end of their life, so they're taking those down and putting a new open shed up that's sort of 9 meters high. So it's going to be less obtrusive. It's a multi-million-pound investment that protects, the factory. They've been making the same stuff there since I think 1970. They make a resin type thing. So to me, it's a good news story. And I think really I'd propose support. It's a multi-million-pound investment that protects jobs. So I propose support.
Councillor Andre, was it you or was it Councillor Councillor Crooks, sorry, that put your hand up? Shake your head if it wasn't. No, right. Councillor Crooks, no, right. Thank you. I thought I saw a hand go up.
I will now.
Oh, right. Well, I saw Councillor Smith put his hand up before you now, and then you can come in after Councillor Smith. Right. Councillor Smith?
Yeah, I'm not sort of second or anything at this stage. Okay, just say that it is basically the same as stuff that's already been produced on there, so there's no change there. So if it was okay previously, I guess it's okay now. The reason it's a lower rating for the company is basically down to size. That's all it is. When I went on the IFF emergency thing the other week, I asked that question why IFF should be like classed as coma, whereas I think something like Gems Eye wasn't, and it was basically just to the size of the plant.
Right, thank you for that.
So I guess that's what they've done to reduce the size of it. Yeah, that's about all I've got to say, really.
Thank you. Councillor Andre.
I was just going to reinforce the advice on the coma. The coma is about a major accident hazard and the threat to the community if something serious should happen there because of the products they use, particularly this resin. And it does have the capacity to poison if it gets into the air and escapes. None of the work they're proposing will reduce or improve their coma situation. It's entirely irrelevant to this application.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that. Right, Councillor Brown, your proposal was?
Support the application because it protects a lot of jobs and it's a big investment in the town. So.
Thank you for that. Right, can I have a seconder for support, please? Councillor Andre, I saw first. All those in favour, please show. Yep, great. Thank you very much. Application 3, which is DC 23-1157 FUL, small a, 3 dwellings, small b, visitor car parking, small c, boundary treatments, small d, section of public footpath, small e, relocation of street light, and this is land at Rosebank, Burton End. Any comments at all on this one? Councillor Smith?
Why not? Happy to see that it's bungalows. I think that was one of the main issues in the inspector's refusal of the appeal was the fact of because of the overlooking of nearby sites. So that's good. Not particularly pleased with the design of them. They look a bit functional, but that's not there really. Surprising that they've taken land, Haverhill land, to take up the parking spaces. So I'm guessing they've got permission to do that. Be interesting to see. And I would hope that all the mature trees that they're replacing, they'll find some way. They're knocking down, that they'll find some way of replacing them somewhere else on the in the town there. Anyway, other than that, I haven't really got any problems with it.
Thank you. Yeah, I notice there's 3 trees they're knocking down, and 1 low quality landscape feature, whatever that is. And they're 3 2-person bungalows. So, Councillor Brown.
Yeah, I noticed trees that they would take down. Most of them were Leylandii. They got out of control anyway. They look in the picture, it looks awful. So good riddance as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, right.
Yeah, put some native species in. Yeah, so yeah, they
Yeah.
do look very nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Can I have a neutral then, proposer? Councillor Cox? Do you want to speak, Councillor Cox? Right. Okay.
It's just really on the back of what Councillor Smith said, and I don't oppose it necessarily, but I think could we not make sure that they are replacing trees? If they're taken down, it would be advantageous to the town. If they were, it would be nice if there was a caveat added that they just replace the trees, and that I haven't got an objection.
Okay. Is everyone in agreement that they should replace the trees? Yeah. Anyone opposed to that? Right. Can you put that in the comments then, Vicky? Right, I suppose we're still going neutral on that, aren't we? Could I have a neutral, please? Councillor Smith, can I have a second for neutral, please? Councillor Cox. All those in favour, please show. Okay, that's carried. Application 4, DC 23-1542, VAR. Variations of condition 2 of DC 22-1719 FUL to enable use of revised plans to allow for alterations to the treatment of the elevation and roof of minor changes to internal layout. And this is Cinch self-storage, and this is at the old Arriva Vauxhall, Dudley Hill. Councillor Andre and then Councillor Cox.
Sorry, I'm very confused about this, Chair. It's talk about alterations and amendments. In actual fact, the site's been completely demolished, and what's being described in this application doesn't match at all what's going on the site. The former building is now completely levelled.
Huh. Councillor.
My suggestion is we should be asking for further information before we discuss it.
Okay. Councillor Cox and then Councillor Brown.
I mean, I agree with what Councillor Andre said. I mean, looking at the plans, they do look at improvement onto what was currently there, but the fact that alterations, certainly not, they're building something new, so it seems, but the plans itself that I looked at look better than what they previously had there. So I wouldn't object to that, but the fact that there's a lack of understanding to, it's not alterations, it looks like a new build.
I suppose it's their interpretation of alterations. Councillor Brown, then Councillor Smith.
From what I understand, I remember when this came before us before, was that it was always planned, to knock it down as it was anyway. From what I understood, what they're basically come back with is alterations to those plans that were passed previously. And what they want to do is try and make use of the portal steel frame that's there. So they're leaving the steel frame. So basically they're trying to recycle the steel frame, use that. So they've slightly changed the scope of the specification, but it all seems to be, like with the hip and things like that, it all just seems to be minor stuff. It's no extra height or anything like that. So I think it's as was proposed previously, just some minor alterations to that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that. Councillor Smith.
Yeah, pretty much what Councillor Brown said there is alterations to the plans, not to what was there previously. Yeah, I did object. I was only objected to the actual size of it being 3 stories, but it's still going to be 3 stories. It's going to be flat-ended rather than gable, really. So I don't really see any difference.
Okay. Right. Can I have a proposer then of anything at all? Councillor Brown.
Yeah, I propose neutral, as it's just minor alterations from plans that were passed anyway. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that. Can I have a seconder, please? That's Councillor Cox. All those in favour, please show. All those against, please show. Abstain.
I'm saying,
Right, 2 abstainers. Right, thank you very much. Back to the agenda now. Matters to report. Did you see the email today about the Woodlands Hotel plans? And did you see from Councillor Brown about the pathway? Because there's a bit of confusion from them on they didn't know where the pathway was, and it looks like Councillor Brown has put them in, told them where it is. So is there any comments at all on that at all? Councillor Brown, and then Councillor Crooks.
Yeah, I didn't send it to the applicant directly. All I did was share it with councillors in case they had any other views on it. But if everyone's agreed, but I say I have walked that several times over the years. The problem, I think, where they didn't realise where the bottom part of it was because it was sort of through the trees and it's sort of overgrown, and because the woodland site itself was pretty well cut off for a long while, that the trees and bushes have sort of taken over the path. But it was roughly where that line is. So basically you come along the little path by the bottom of the golf driving range heading towards Woodlands, and then you just went straight up through the wood, and it met up with the track at the top there, which is shown. So I don't know if you want to submit that to the architects.
Thank you for that, Councillor Brown. Councillor Crooks.
I was just going to say it was a great email from the applicant, very accommodating. Happy to work with residents to sort this path out. I thought it was excellent. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Councillor Burns.
And the fact that I haven't seen any email,
Oh,
I'll just let you know. Okay.
Sorry, John, I left you off the email by accident.
Okay.
Sorry.
You're
I
not
can
forgiven.
forward it to you. I will forward it to you.
No, that's fine. Okay, it was a project I was working on for many years, that was all.
I'll forward it to you.
Lovely, thank you.
I thought Colin might share the document tonight. I'm sorry. We can put it up on screen if you want.
yes, please, yeah. And then I'll come to Councillor Andre.
Thanks, Colin.
Can you go down a little bit, Colin? Thank you. Oh, yeah. Can you go even more, actually? See where it ends, where it goes to? Yeah, I can see now. Yeah. Is that is that part of the railway walk? Where it goes to? Or is that a road?
That's the track that leads up to eventually Willsey Farm. It's
right.
Yeah, it starts from obviously the golf course entrance,
Right.
the other side of the road to the golf course entrance, and then goes right up across the top of the Willsey and meets up with the track that leads up to Willsey Farm. It was basically an access track, hard track for farm vehicles.
Yeah, I think they fully understand that.
Yeah.
So that'd be good. Thank you, Councillor Brown, for that. Okay, is there any other matters to report? Councillor Andre, sorry.
just to say, Chair, that the main concern we had before was the access to the footpath. They've been excellent at addressing that concern, and clearly they're accommodating the requirements of local residents.
Thank you for that. Yeah, it's good. I'm glad that they come over well. Yeah, I'd like to thank them actually, Chair, for that. Okay, item 8, date of next meeting, which is Monday the 16th of October. Just to say, we've got Acorn attending that, and we're going to have it in the Arts Centre this time, just for this meeting, because obviously the general public will be coming. And obviously it's going to be publicised, I don't know when. Vicky?
And that is the only item on the agenda.
Oh, it is, right. Okay. Okay, right. Thank you very much, everyone. And close the meeting, item 9. And see you on the 16th.